Here's a fun activity for you. The students come up to the smartboard and they touch the squirrel and hear a pattern. They're trying to find the correct acorns and put them on the beat where they do it, and they can check it right there to see if they're correct or not. Well, I want to talk a little bit about the sound workflow. Whenever I'm creating a lesson and you're working with sounds, there is a workflow, and it's not as cut and dry as you think it would be, and I want to help you kind of work through those steps. When I'm creating a sound, I often use an app called Music Studio. It's a purchased app, and I create sound clips on my iPad. And then, of course, it's always the problem, how do you get sound clips off of your iPad? Music Studio allows me actually to export them to my Dropbox folder, and from there I can drag them to my desktop and convert them and that sort of thing. But they go to a folder that I create called New Clips. Once I have those files, I want to import them into iTunes because I set up a playlist with all of the sound files that I'm going to use in my Smart Notebook lesson. I create a playlist and I bring all of those files in there. One of the problems, though, is that depending on the app that you use, sometimes the app exports the file as an MP3, which is great, but sometimes it exports it as a WAV, a .wav. And the problem with a WAV file, Smart Notebook can't read WAV files, so you have to convert those. It sounds complicated, but it really isn't. Once you go up to the top and say Add File to Library, you can bring in your sound file. Once you have the sound file, you just simply right-click on it and pull down until it says Create MP3 Version. It quickly converts it, and I just simply drag the new one over to my playlist. So all of the sound files that I have in my playlist now are MP3 files ready for me to pull over. On my lesson page, I have the object that I want to connect the sound file to, but you don't know this, but that object is actually, let's see if I can, a square. And the reason it's a block, and the reason is because whenever I create lessons, we flatten the pictures. That means I don't want people to be able to touch the clip art image that I've paid for and save it for themselves. That would be like stealing, so you can't do that. So what you do is you flatten the page and you create a theme, and this is on the page. It doesn't move. I can't unlock it to move it, so I have to put an object on top of it that I'm going to attach the sound to, but I need to make that invisible. So I right click it, and under Fill Effects, Object Transparency, I just move it this way and it becomes invisible. You can't see the object there, but it's there, and I can touch it and it has the sound. So now if I want to attach a sound to it, I just pull the sound from my file and just pull it over there and attach it. Make sure when you attach the sound, though, that it is object, not corner, because you want the child to touch the whole object area, not just the corner, and say attach file. Now, that's a cool way. Let's review very quickly what we need to do. Create the sound file. Export it. It may go to your Dropbox folder, or you can put it on your desktop. Take those sound files that are in your folder and import them into iTunes, Add File. Once it's there, it'll be under Music. You want to make sure that everything is an MP3 file. Once it's all an MP3 file, simply drag that and create a new playlist. I'm going to skip it because I already have it. So we open up the playlist, and then you have all of the files here. You just need to drag them over to Objects. Don't want the radio button. You want it to be an object. That's how you create sounds, make them invisible, and attach them to objects. Cool little tricks. I hope that helps you.